What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another portfolio update. Sorry, it's been about 3 months. I've been, my life's been a bit crazy. We've finished off my degree. That's now all done, and just other stuff. I've been on holiday recently, so yeah, I've kind of taken a bit of a break from YouTube. I'm back now doing my weekly portfolio updates, and yeah, it just so happens that over the past 3 months I've been gone, the stock market has just been directly up. So if you guys also want to start building wealth in the stock market, I will leave a link below in the top of the description. If you want to start open a trading 212 account, get a free fractional share worth up to £100, it'll be in the top of the description. But yeah, so the stock market has just been on an absolute tear the past 3 months. In the Nasdaq up 11%, SP 500 up about 9.5%. Now you'd expect, just because my portfolio is largely Tesla. Yes, and I say largely because I've got a couple of new positions. That because Tesla's beta is about 2.3 of the market, it should be about whatever direction the market goes. Tesla will generally be 2.3 times that. So if we go into Tesla over the last 3 months, it's it doesn't always, the base is just a general rule. It doesn't always follow that. But yeah, we're up 36.32% due to external factors. We just had Q3 deliveries that were a massive beat. However, we have had a slight sell off from that, just because a lot of that was a pull forward in demand. But anyway, that's meant that my portfolio is now this position is now sitting at £142,000, up 59, nearly 60%, with a profit of £53,000. My average price sitting at $260 or £199, with 446 shares. So yeah, I know this position is a massive chunk of the portfolio, but the amount of research I've done into this Tesla in comparison to my other holdings kind of mirrors that. So if we go into one of my other holdings, which is a new one that I've added just about a month ago, when I watched the CEO of Robinhood do a podcast on the Iced Coffee Hour, I watched the whole thing. I really like the CEO. Him talking about kind of what is going to be safe, like how is he incorporating AI into Robinhood, and what's kind of the sector that will be safe from AI. And he was talking about there's always going to be the investment market. Like some of it will be done in the future, will be done with AI in terms of picking, but there will always be a market for buying and selling companies, which I totally agree with. That's kind of why I've focusing so heavily on investing, just because it is about future proofing my future, in terms of the increase in job uncertainty in the future with AI. So yeah, just about a month ago, I think it was about late August, and we're in early September. No, sorry, early October now. I did enter my position. I bought 5 shares. It was a very small position, just because the only research I had done was to just watch this podcast of the CEO talking. And then yeah, since then it so happens to be just a bit of luck, really, with the inclusion to the SP 500, and yeah, just trading. The whole market's just been on a tear. I'm up 41% in about a month on this position, which isn't too bad. And if you look at another position where I added to even more recently, so yeah, I added to this position pretty much just after I watched a Meet Kevin video. Bought about a share, and then it went on a bit of a tear, and then I bought another share. So yeah, I bought this one more recently, only about like 2-3 weeks ago. Um, and yeah, so I'm up 17.72%. So, but yeah, as you guys can see, this position is very, very small, because all I did in terms of research for this company was watch one Meet Kevin video about this company. So if we go into my portfolio, as you guys can see, we are down on the week, just because Tesla has had a massive pullback. But in terms of my ISA allowance, stocks ISA, 15,600. It's got another 4,400 left. I am aiming to max that out within the next 2 months. So that'll be nice when that's finally done by the end of the year. Another 4 months, I'm probably going to just save cash for those 4 months, rather than just waiting to put it into either putting it straight into my ISA in April when the tax year hits, or just keeping it as cash because I'm looking at buying a property soon. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on how that goes as well. So if you look into my investments, I have 3 positions. I have my Tesla position up about 60%, my Robinhood position up about 41%, and my IREN position up about 18%. So the amount that's in each of these companies is probably correlated to the amount of research I've done into the companies. So if you look at Robinhood, watching a 2-hour podcast, that I felt comfortable putting that amount of money in. So, and then watching a 20-minute video on IRN, I put just chuck that amount of money in, because that money it doesn't really bother me if I lose that. But with Tesla, like I've done hours and at like 10, probably over 100, like probably 100 over 100 hours of research into Tesla, building valuation models, running Monte Carlo simulations. Like I just did my dissertation for my master's on Monte Carlo simulations for valuations. And yeah, the whole inspiration from that was me building one for my Tesla valuation model. So yeah, generally my investment philosophy will be the amount of money I put into a position will probably directly correlate in like how much research I do into it. So yeah, if we go into more details, we can see that Tesla still is 99.5% of my portfolio. Robinhood, about 0.4%, and IREN is about 0.05%, which I'm pretty happy about. I'm looking to add to those 2 positions as my portfolio grows. It'll probably stay within these weightings. Maybe it'll go up a bit, but if I do more research into these 2 companies, I will, the weighting will increase as I feel more comfortable putting more money in. But yeah, that's kind of just a general update for you guys. If you guys like the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and make sure to click the link in the description if you haven't yet opened a Train 2 account to get your free fractional share worth up to £100. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.